Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Nabros Pod. I'm Justin.
And I'm John. How you doing, bro?
Doing well, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in to episode 6 of the Nabros Pod. We're going to be diving into a variety of subjects, specifically True Detective episodes 2 and 3, and a blind ranking I have for John. What's the topic? We shall see.
As we get more into this and more and more recordings, we should go to a fucking Phillies game
Mhm.
in the summertime. We should hit up Pottsville and do some episodes from the road. Um, just more of the reminiscing of, more childhood type stuff, memories, nostalgic type episodes, old stomping grounds type things. I think those would make for some fun recordings and just something I was thinking about earlier this week.
Absolutely.
How about you? How
They
was your
got
week?
rocked today, 8-3. They got their asses whooped. Losing the series to Texas. They start their season 1 and 2. So it's fun that the season's back. You know, I actually had a cheat day, opening day on my diet what's today? Is today Sunday? So opening day was Thursday, I believe. Um I had in one sitting 4 hot dogs, 3 slices of pizza, loaded fries, pretzel rods, cinnamon bundt cake, and then we door dashed Dairy Queen where I got a large Snickers blizzard. So that was a good
What a
little cheat
spread.
day.
What a
Some,
spread.
something light,
Just
you know what I
something
mean?
light. You
Something
kept it light
light.
on opening day at the ballpark. 4 dogs. What did you put on them?
Oh, just
What is your
mustard.
go-to hot dog these days?
Go-to hot dog is so boring. It is just a plain dog on a plain bun, drenched in yellow mustard. That's it.
That yellow Frenchies shit, or do you go for the spicy?
No, I just go yellow Frenchies. You get the small bottle for like $1.09. I think we're gonna go to a game around Father's Day, I think. And I
Nice.
already told Kelly, I'm like, I'm going to the ballpark with my
For
own bottle of mustard because I hate how they're wrapped and then they expect you to either use that pump like right next to the bathrooms or they just have the packets, which
a
I can't
little,
stand packets. You get, you rip it open, you take one squirt.
half of them don't even open.
I know. And
You
I was
waste
like,
half of them.
dude, we went to the Dollar Dog game, like 2 years ago and I was
Oh,
so hype. And I really only had like 3 hot dogs because the amount of work it took to properly put mustard on my
it
dogs.
just
It
wasn't
was
worth
just too much. It was too
it.
much. So I told Kelly, I was like, I'm showing up to the first game
Dollar
with my own
dog
bottle
down.
of mustard. They took the
Dollar.
damn mustard.
He's got milk chocolate CDs.
They did a shot from home plate from like the visitors' dugout. And behind the man at bat, you could see the Philly fanatic like this on the Phillies dugout. And
Mm.
even though he wears a full-blown mask, somehow he just managed to look so fucking pissed off. So yeah, not a good start for the Phils, but it's an end
What
of a series.
did they get swept?
No, they took opening day, so they're one and
Okay.
two.
Okay.
And they put up a fight today. They just left a lot of runners on. You know what
Mm,
I mean? Like, but
mm,
they were getting on base. And at the end of the day, too, you can be hitting and bringing in runs all you want, but if you're letting up 8 fucking runs, it's going to be hard to win that ball game. So,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
we should follow the Phils this summer.
definitely
On each episode, just do a quick rundown of what the fighting Phils are doing.
the fighting
Home
Phil.
run, Pat Burrell.
Towering drive, deep left center field. That ball's out of here. Home run, Pat Burrell.
Home run, Chase Utley.
Rest in peace to that fucking guy. What was his name?
Harry Callis.
Well hit to the opposite field, out of here.
The
Oh man,
best.
love that guy. Didn't we
Yeah.
meet him?
Yeah, we got his autograph. I think it
It's-
was a Cole Hamels and uh, Brett. I was going to say Brett Michaels, Brett Myers, a Brett Myers, Cole Hamels signing, and Harry Callis was there. I remember that shit. That was great.
that's great. To start off tonight, other than watching Phil's games, we obviously have kids shows on, kids movies on now, for Valentine's, something appropriate. I can't be watching slashers like I was, before.
You gotta wait till he's at
So
least
we
two.
threw on. we threw on the new Super Mario Brothers movie. Not the new one, but it came out like 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And obviously, video games you and I grew up on, Super Nintendo. We fucked with GameCube heavy, Nintendo 64 heavy. So when that movie was released, I was really excited for it. And we have it, so we threw that on. And I always forget Donkey Kong is voiced by Seth Rogen. And it got me thinking. I was like, oh, John and I, we've been doing some blind rankings. 2 weeks ago, we did a blind ranking of detective movies. Last week, we did a blind ranking of Joaquin Phoenix movies. And I felt appropriate to start tonight off with a Seth Rogen blind ranking for you.
Okay, I like
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm only going to give you one more little hint here. When I did the detective ranking for you, I intentionally left off some big ones. For example, Zodiac. I knew you would probably be popping that at one, so I intentionally left that off. And I intentionally threw in some lighter, not as popular detective movies. I'm giving you a heads up right now. We got some heavy hitters on this list.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. What's the time frame we're talking here? Is this
Just his
um
whole career.
okay, okay.
All right. Seth Rogen movies. So the first one I'm going to throw at you, Pineapple Express.
Okay. So that's a great one to start with. 2007, 2008. Definitely brings back some high school memories with that one. Um, the first time you watch it, that's one that ages, that gets better with age. Like you watch it multiple times and it gets funnier and funnier. Great cast all around. Danny McBride, I think, that's got to be one of his funniest movies for
For
sure.
sure.
He plays Red, the drug dealer, and
Uh, I've been up in here trying to get a motherfucking scholarship.
yeah, jeez,
There's a Skittle in this one. Yeah, that thing can shoot anything. Peas, little
little.
chunk of carrots, anything you want to get in on that.
Yeah, he's great in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, today is my cat's birthday. I'm making him a fucking cake up in here.
Chill, dude, chill. I'm boiling some eggs up in here. I'm making a fucking cake.
No, you can't have a piece. This is private. It's a private party, private cake. I can't. No, you can't have any. You know what today is? Today's my cat's birthday. And it was always tradition that on his birthday I would wake up and make his favorite kind of dessert. And so it just like you can almost tell, like, I can't even imagine how much of that movie was just improv of them like
Yes.
stoned out of their minds and just here's the scene, walk in and let it play out. Like
Yeah.
the bloopers and all of those Judd Apatow comedies were always so good.
There's a Skittle in this. Yeah. Yeah, that can shoot anything. Peas, little pieces of carrots, whatever you want to get in there.
But yeah, Pineapple Express, always wanted a sequel to that too, and obviously we'll never get that at this point. But Pineapple Express, let's do number three on that one.
Oh, fair. That's
I
good.
think that's yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Danny McBride, in my opinion, probably his best film. I mean, he is just hysterical from start to finish.
Aside from
Um,
Eastbound and Down, that's by far Danny
you
McBride's
need
best
to
movie.
insert that clip. Tracy said, "Get in the fucking truck."
I'll
Please
try.
find that and
I'll
fucking
do my best. I'll
insert.
do my best.
He said get in the fucking truck, bitch! Get in the fucking truck! Get in the truck! Get it! Ah!
No, but he's really good, start to finish, and yeah, just the surrounding cast behind Rogan and James Franco. It's there. It's a solid movie. Putting Seth Rogen blind ranking, putting Pineapple Express at three. I dig it. The next one for you, The Interview.
Yeah, I'll go five.
Really? Okay.
That to me that was kind of like the tail end of his relevancy, I should say, as like a solid comedy movies go. Wasn't a huge fan of it. I think James Franco takes that one more than Seth Rogen for sure. So yeah, I think a five. We'll go five with The Interview. I know you like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up Franco because I wanted to touch base on him. I never really thought he was like the funniest actor. I feel like if anything, in that squad, like in that little group of actors, I honestly felt like he was the most overrated one. I really didn't think he was that funny. In the interview, I thought he killed it. His character is just so stupid.
This whole time I thought you were Samwise to my Frodo. But you're just Boromir. I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know who Boromir is. That's such a Boromir thing to say.
Always fighting the CIA, like, that he has a special bag that carries the gum, across the border, and he's fighting it. And then all of a sudden they show up to Russia, and it turns out he followed through with what he wanted to do and just brought his own bag, and they fucking find the gum as soon as they get there. And then obviously the captain takes the gum, and within 48 hours he's hurt, and then they're watching the guitar scene, with the little kids playing guitars.
You see how big the guitars are compared to their bodies? I think it's funny.
And that's, of course, of all times, that's when it's hitting the captain and he's struggling for his life. The funniest scene is Seth Rogen's trying to get Franco's attention to show him, and Franco thinks Seth Rogen's being a pervert because he's sitting next to that woman he has a crush on. So Franco's making all these ridiculous gestures, and Rogen gets pissed. He's like, "Look at the fuck!" And he kind of like has a little outburst, and the woman sitting next to him just looks. He just goes, "They're good."
I
So
remember that.
funny. Probably the
Yeah.
best part of the movie, but
That's due
um
for a rewatch for me, honestly, because I haven't seen that one in years.
yeah.
And I think I've only watched it one time, to be honest. Compared to like Pineapple Express, Super Bad, it just didn't strike me as like memorable, quotable,
Yeah,
I guess.
definitely.
But yeah, that probably would do for a rewatch.
All right, Interview 5, Pineapple Express 3. The next film is Knocked Up.
Mm-hmm. 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 Knocked Up. Also, again, that's Paul Rudd. I feel like he steals the show in that one.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, we got Matsui. He's so good in it.
He
Everything,
is.
looks like your computer has chicken pox. Oh, we'll skip their house when we're trick-or-treating. What do you want me to do? Like, he's such a smart ass, but
I want to rip your fucking head off because you're so fucking stupid. This is scary. These are our children. You fucking dipshit. And you're cool because you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
great movie. I'll go number two with Knocked Up. Yeah, I love the cast, the house of roommates that Seth Rogen has in that one. You've
Hmm.
got Jason Segel, you've got Jay Baruchel, Jonah Hill,
Hmm.
uh, and damn, what's his name? Bill from Martin Starr.
Martin Starr.
Martin Starr, who is just so underrated in everything he's in. Yeah, his house full of, Canadian stoner buddies. Every scene that they are together in, it's just hysterical.
It is.
It's really aged well too. Has an awesome soundtrack to it too.
Yeah,
Like
it does. Yeah.
opening credits are uh Wu-Tang Clan, I believe.
Yup.
Is it the Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah.
Throughout the whole movie, just like banger songs one after another. It's a little long, like rewatching it back, it's like damn near 2.5 hours
Yeah.
for a comedy, so a little long, but I think that's a fair number two. Uh, what's your take on that one?
Yeah, I think I like where you're going with this. When you were talking about Pineapple Express, you spent time talking about how you just know they are improvising, and half the film is probably improvising. I feel the same way with Knocked Up, especially with the roommates and the beard jokes when they're going after Martin Starr. Some of those beard jokes, you can just tell, like they are not in the script.
Your
Who's
your
writing that
face looks like
script?
Robin Williams' Knuckles. It's so
Um, it
good.
looks good.
You know what is not helping us get laid is the shoe bomber Richard Reed over here at our table.
It's so good.
Late John Lennon, Charles Manson, Robin Williams, Knuckle, Chewy.
What's that? Chewbacca?
The Chewbacca, beer joke,
Yeah,
fucking
fuck me.
hilarious. But just like if we're just solely focusing on the beard jokes alone, you just know there was so much, improvising there.
Your face looks like Robin Williams' knuckles.
And I love that. I know a few weeks ago we were talking a little bit about that with the Grown Ups, Adam Sandler's movie The Grown Ups, and I feel the same way about like a film like that. Like half of it's script, half of it's just actors just kind of vibing off each other and just throwing shit out there. And in my opinion, I think that's even, funnier than a lot of the scripts.
Agreed, agreed.
Um,
Something else I love about Knocked Up is the special featurette Finding Ben Stone.
yeah,
Now, I don't know if that's like scripted as well. I've read things that are like, oh, it was just like they did that for fun, just to get all these actors in. But James Franco auditioned,
yeah,
Michael Cera, um, Justin Long, who's great in all of his movies too. David Krumholtz,
yeah,
Orlando Bloom. Like, there's just a list of all these actors who auditioned for the role that Seth Rogen got, and outtake after outtake in the fights with Judd Apatow. Whether or not it's scripted or not, who
yeah.
cares? It's still funny.
Well, then we got a fucking problem. We have a fucking problem because I'm not going to do it that way. I'm not going to do it that way.
Really great. Well, have
Sure.
you seen the size of my demographic?
I don't
The
think-
movie's going to suffer, not me. I mean, look, I can.
The movie's going to suffer if it's bad. If it's bad, I don't
bad.
care if you're in Lord of the Rings. It
What?
doesn't help me if the
But
movie's
dude,
bad.
but you know who I am. I'm Orlando fucking Bloom, dude. I don't fucking.
I thought you were Orlando fucking Bloom who does accents, who does like American
I do
accents.
do
and all that.
accents, but I don't just spit them out on a dime. You tell me in advance, and I'll do the fucking accents. You know what I mean? Like, you give me 3 weeks
Let me
notice.
tell you
I'll do the
something right
accent.
now. First of all, back up.
Yeah, I always just think of that when I think of Knocked Up. Like, some of the deleted shit is just hilarious.
It is. It is. The club scene in the opening. I love your hair. Thanks. It's I use Jews.
A Jew, it's called.
Talking. Oh, Munich. Munich
Munich
fucking
fucking
awesome.
rules.
We are the ones kicking ass, taking names.
Normally, it's the other way around. Munich, we're capping motherfuckers.
And
It's
the,
so
the
good.
the thing about Knocked Up is prior to that, if you look at Seth Rogen's movies, like, all right, he's in a very small role in Donnie Darko. He's in a very small role in Anchorman. Like, so he's like here and there. And this is obviously after Freaks and Geeks, which really broke onto the scene. A lot of these guys. I know we spent time
Hmm.
talking about that in episode one, but um, I feel like Knocked Up is really what put him, on the map. Like people knew Seth Rogen, but Knocked Up came out, and then all of a sudden you got Pineapple Express. We were talking about, it really like opened the door for this new scene, this new genre of the funny stoners. You know what I mean? And like him
Yeah.
and Franco and their whole squad. So I really feel like Knocked Up, put him on the map and
Right,
really.
but right before that was the 40-year-old virgin too. He had
Yes,
a
you're right.
side role in that
You're right.
with
Yeah.
Steve Carell.
Yeah.
But again, he wasn't a main character. He was just, support. But yeah, Knocked Up really put him in that leading role man category. And I think he was actually, as filming was wrapping for Knocked Up, is when he started filming and producing Superbad. Because he acted in that, but he also assisted in writing the script, produced it, I guess. Yeah, something along those lines.
So you're putting it at two. How you feeling about the list so far? You got Interview 5, Pineapple Express 3, Knocked Up 2.
I like
Feeling
it.
confident? Feeling
Yeah, I
comfortable?
I think that's good.
Well, the fourth flick I'm gonna throw at you is Superbad.
Hmm. Man, super bad. I remember watching that movie together when it first came out. I think we rented it.
Mm.
Might have like Redboxed it or something. Remember when Redbox was a thing?
Yeah, yeah.
But we watched it and just were laughing so hard at it. And I think we watched it like two or three times right in a row because it was like we hadn't ever seen a comedy quite like that before.
Hmm.
Um, gosh, I'm probably gonna go one. Superbad's number one, I feel like. Again, so there's so many quotes and one-liners from it. I don't even know where to begin. You have to give me something so we can riff off of this because there's so many funny.
You fucking killed her! No!
No!
I killed her!
I remember we rewound this scene like 7 times.
You fucking killed her. Yeah, that
No!
No!
Yeah, just him. fucking with McLovin. I forget his name, the guy who plays McLovin. Apparently, Jonah Hill really did not like him at all while they were filming because he thought he was taken away from his shine because that's how funny he was. Um, Take
Christopher
off the vest.
Mintz-Plasse.
You look like Aladdin.
Michael Cera, he kind of like every movie he was in too was just great. Like he just played like geeky role so good, and like he's so dry with his deliveries.
Yeah.
Like that one, take off the vest. McLovin, you look like Aladdin.
Yeah.
Like his deliveries were just like on point every time. And these eyes cry every night for you.
These eyes cry every night for you.
Wow, wow.
I love that scene.
It's
I
such a
love
good
that
scene.
scene.
Yeah. Wow, wow. These
Wah,
eyes.
wah.
Arms.
David Crumholz is also in that scene.
Yeah, he is.
He
Yeah.
he smacks Michael Cera in the
Oh,
face.
you
He's like,
lying?
"Oh,
You
you
fucking
lying?
lying?
You sing. You're a fucking singer." Aged
He's on
really.
the phone with fucking his crush, and they come in, and as soon as they throw a bag of yay on the table, okay, bye.
Okay. I forgot about that. Fucking calm down, Greg. Okay, it's soccer. Fuck you, man. Hey, Greg, why don't you go piss your pants again? That was like 8 years ago, asshole. People don't forget.
I think that was fun fact. I think that was Dave Franco's first movie
I
ever,
think so.
which
Yeah,
is
I
hilarious.
think so.
Not surprising, but hilarious. But yeah, Michael Cera, he's got some great moments. Once again, bringing up the bloopers. I mean, when he's trying to, punch, friendly punch his crush in the hallway. And obviously he's, just trying to be a gentleman. He's trying to be extremely mindful of how he does it, but you know, the takes are just hysterical. The one he like perfectly just like glides across
You
her
see the
stuff.
jiggle.
It's so
It
good. And
is. It
then
is.
and then Jonah Hill's improvising on the bloopers. Your parents are such dicks. Actually, your dad's just a dick. Your mom's awesome because of those Hershey Kiss nips.
I forgot about that. That's great. That is great.
So they both do. They both do. But yeah, I know what you're saying about Michael Cera. Just his delivery is so original and so unique.
hmm
It's kind of dry, it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like cold, but it's because he comes across as this like innocent teenager,
yeah,
like
yeah,
who
exactly. He
really,
fits the role perfectly.
yeah, for sure.
I love also in the outtakes too. I love Bill Hader is great in that movie too. In fact, every movie, any comedy that Bill Hader's in is great. Like the outtakes when uh Michael Cera and Jonah Hill run away, the cops have them laying on the fucking ground in front of the car, and
Mhm.
they get up and run away. Seth Rogen takes off down the street chasing them, and Bill Hader jumps in the car. And the drunk guy wakes up and just is like, oh, and it scares Bill Hader. And he turns around and is like, ah,
He
shooting
shines
the
his light on him. Oh, for sure. Bill
It's
Hader
so
is so good.
it's so good.
He's so good. I love his learning you are.
Young Padawan.
Thank you very much. That's the thing about these movies. Like, it's a very similar vibe of like Vince Vaughn and his people, Adam Sandler and his people. Like, they've all worked with each other so much.
They make it look
Um,
so fun to make movies, really.
yeah, man, for sure. Like, you just know, like, okay, like, yes, I have my main cast, but the supporting cast is gonna keep your attention, keep you entertained just as much, if not more, than
Totally.
the top
Totally.
dogs on the flick. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good one. So you're putting Superbad one.
I'm gonna go Superbad one just because like when I think high school comedy movies, it's Superbad, it's Step Brothers, it's Pineapple Express, but Superbad was probably yeah, probably number one. So yeah, let's do that. Superbad one.
All right. Well, that gives you slot four, and it is This Is the
I
End.
knew it. I knew it.
Which I know you actually really enjoy that flick too. So what do you think? First off, are you happy with your list?
You know what? I am gonna stay with my list. I am happy with it because Superbad's great. Knocked Up I had at two, which I find hilarious, and there's some drama to it as well. Like it's not all over the top comedy. Pineapple Express is, over the top comedy, but it's that stoner buddy comedy, which
Hmm.
you don't get much of anymore these days. This Is the End is funny. I like it, but that is also, I would put it ahead of The Interview, but I think here it fits perfectly at four because it does kind of approach over the top. Um, I like it. I love the idea of it, the concept of it. These guys are playing themselves, like exaggerated versions of themselves in the apocalypse. I think is a great concept. It works. Like it's a hilarious movie. But there are some scenes where it's like just kind of drug out and like overdone, if you will. So for that reason, I think four is a fitting place, and I am actually really happy with my list. In terms of the movie, the dynamic between Jonah Hill and Jay Baruchel, especially.
Yeah.
Jay knows that Jonah Hill is like being so fake and everything. He's like, some of Jonah Hill's quotes in this fucking movie are great too. He's like, sick reference, or sick
Yeah.
reference, Jay. Like,
Sick reference though, bro. Oh, thanks, bud. Dude, your references are out of control. Everyone knows that.
he just plays that super phony, fake Hollywood actor so good.
Yeah.
So he's actually I think he steals the movie over anybody else, including McBride. I think Jonah Hill really shows his comedic timing and genius in that one. And in
Dang,
the
dang,
outtakes.
dang, dang, you're dead. Pow, pow,
How?
pow. No, I agree. He really stands out in that film. That scene where they have their rations, their supplies, if you will, is hysterical, especially when they come across the gun. And a gun from the movie 27 Hours. And James Franco, his main concern is 127 hours. He's like, oh, 127 hours.
127 hours. Um, the outtakes in that one too are great.
Yeah.
When they're talking about Michael Cera, the legend of Michael Cera, who is Aziz Ansari, and Jonah Hill is dude never met a condom. I shit you not. Like he probably has some shit. I know he has AIDS actually.
Actually.
He's just what?
Yeah.
It's so good. Like how do you just come up with shit like that? It just
What? No. Dude never met a con.
You're fucking with me.
For real, dude. Honestly, he probably has some shit. I know he has AIDS, actually. What?
McBride too. McBride too. I'm Jewish, Seth's Jewish. Danny's a Muslim. Shalom.
Assalamu alaikum.
Everybody just starts dying. I just love that contagious laughter. You
Oh
just
yeah.
hear everybody laughing in the background.
When one person loses it, everybody does. And that's
Yeah.
like the best group of people to be around.
Franco pulls the gun on McBride. I'm gonna kill this fucking guy. McBride puts it in his mouth. That's what I thought, nerd. That outtake too is
Yes, it
hysterical.
is. Yeah. What does he
The
say too?
one
He's
time
like,
because he makes like a little noise with it. He's like,
I said I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
that's what I thought, nerd.
and they're just like, they're turning their heads to like not laugh on camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
McBride, if I see your dick out, I'm gonna shoot it off. You don't have enough bullets, bitch. Like just little random, quotes like that just catch you off guard. It's just
Yeah.
great. Good movie. Yeah, I'm happy with it at four, honestly. So I've got Superbad one, Knocked Up two, Pineapple Express three, This Is the End four,
Hmm.
and
The interview
The
at
Interview at
five.
five. Yeah.
A damn good list.
I like it. I'm happy with it. That was a good category for sure.
That's a damn good list. All right. Well, honestly, if you would have gave me those five movies and just said rank them, I think I would put them potentially in that order, except I think I might switch Pineapple Express and Knocked Up. I think I would definitely
Okay.
put Superbad at 1. I think I would put Pineapple Express 2, Knocked Up 3. And I agree with you. I do really enjoy This Is the End, but it's a heavy list here. So you got to have a fourth place, you got to have a
It
fifth place.
is. Yeah. I mean,
Um,
honestly, 2 through 4, they could honestly go in any order, and I would
yeah.
be okay with it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm happy with this one. I think it's good.